Hello there, commanders, and welcome to another Total War Arena news update. It has been a while since I've done one of those, and I intend to catch up. So right after I record this video, I will catch up and do news updates for all the past updates that I have missed. First things first, Total War Arena version update log version 4.24. We have contents, so many of them. 1. New Chinese camp senior unit, aka premium, blue turban soldiers, and Zhuge crossbow shooter. And 2. Problem fix. So, senior unit of the Chinese camp, blue turban soldier, they look like repeating crossbows. And indeed they are. Should have read that and wouldn't need to look closely at the picture. Faction China, obviously. Blue turban soldier, this is just a name. This is obviously Google translated from Chinese, so once you are in the game, the name can be a little bit different, but hey, maybe for once, Google translated correctly. It is tier 5, and an explanation. Shen Ying led Dan Yang Rui with 5,000 swords, and the nickname was the Blue Turban Soldier. He was repeatedly trapped in front and back, so he drove to the Southern Army without impulsive action. Sure, that sounds, I'll just say interesting. Yeah, skills, fast reloading, alertness. Alertness, what it could be? Could be somewhat of a new skill. Premium units are known for having unique skills unavailable to anybody else. So it might be the case here. Fast reloading is obviously quick reload, gives you a new magazine immediately, pretty much. Alertness, I don't know, might be snipe. Something that I would expect crossbows to have. Snipe. Strain, no, I don't think they ever have strain. Maybe it's snipe, maybe it's something new. And then we have Zhuge crossbow, well, archer. So that's definitely wrong. Obviously there's repeating crossbowmen as well. The lack of repeating crossbow premium units, yeah, was something to be noticed, I guess. Especially since I had those repeating crossbow premium units in my faction preview, if I remember correctly. Haven't checked that, but I'm pretty sure there were at least 1 or 2 units, but then they changed. Like for example, the Lost Legion was supposed to be a tier 5 premium unit, but then they changed it to tier 3 premium unit. So obviously that was a preview build. And so they changed a few things around, like for example not releasing some of the premium units back then, just to release them a little bit later. To have like, some of assemblies that they are actually doing something when they actually aren't. So yeah, those are repeating crossbowmen. Faction China, obviously, name Zhuge crossbow shooter this time, not archer. Level 8. Explanation. Brightness is better than ingenuity. Gains and losses are continuous. Wooden cows and horses. All unexpected. Yes, those wooden cows and horses. They get in the way all the time. Duction of the art of war. Making 8 formations salty. Okay. Salty is the essential. Maybe my new favorite patch notes or new favorite random Chinese translation. Salty is the essential. You know, quoted in Wei Shi Chunkyu said, brightness is the 8 tasks and the 7 precepts. 6 spheres and 5 spheres all have rules to train the courtiers. It also gains and loses with continuous crossbow, which is called Yuan Rong. With iron as the arrow is 8 inches long, and the crossbow is all 10. That made a lot of sense, yes, especially the salty is the essential. Skills, fast loading, not reloading this time, terrain adaptation, that's probably nature's ally, and poison crossbow. Oof. Yeah, the regular tier 8 repeating crossbows do not have poison. Neither do have tier 7, yeah, none of the repeating crossbows have poison's bolts until ability swapping comes in at tier 9. So essentially if you want poisoned arrows or poisoned bolts 1 tier earlier, there you go. go and be OP at tier 8, I guess. Except matchmaking doesn't really allow you to do that at the moment, but in certain circumstances, I guess it does. Then we have the portion 2 of the patch notes, which is problem fix. By adjusting the prices of consumables at each level, the balance problem that the silver coin consumption is higher than the income when the players use consumable in a battle has been fixed. Yeah, so that was in the not previous patch notes, but previous to previous, so 4.22 if I remember correctly, which I haven't covered. So in patch 4.22 they increased, well, they said adjusted, and they didn't even give any numbers. So here at least we get actual proper numbers. So yeah, that's progress, CA, that's progress. Anyway, they said we adjusted economy, silver gains and silver expenditures or whatever. And what they did essentially is they multiplied consumable prices by like 10 or something. I don't know the exact number, but they were extremely expensive. And essentially at tier 10, and I think it was during double rewards even, and with premium account. But anyway, for consumables you were paying around 8,000 silver. So just for consumables, 8,000 silver. And then even, okay, let's say tier 10, no double rewards, no premium account, you get, what? I don't know, 3k silver? And then you also need to pay for upkeep of your units, which is also another thing that is all over the place and very inconsistent. So CA, if they want to fix their goddamn silver economy, they should look into that first instead of consumable prices. But anyway, yeah, consumable prices is what they changed. And then in the middle of the patch 4.23, there was like a server update. There was no patch that downloaded, but they just suddenly server update, and the consumable prices went back to previous prices essentially, because too many people were complaining about it, and well, rightfully so. So yeah, they put it back down, and I guess now they're putting them slightly up. Yeah, to be honest, they are all very cheap. So right now, instead of paying, what was it, 2.6k or so, 2.6, 2.7, 2.8k, I don't remember exactly, for 2 consumables at tier 10, they will be paying just above 600. Quite a big of a difference, right? So yeah, as I said, you gain like, what, 3 to 4k silver at tier 10. So now you're gonna spend 1.8k on consumables, so you will still have 1.2, 2.2k silver income. Well, net income after consumables, because you also need to pay for upkeep of your units. But as I said, that's not very consistent, so they should look into that. But, well, they haven't. So I just leave them to that, I guess. And now, for the end of this video, I'll show you something interesting here. Look at the date. Well, let me look at the date. Yeah, so that was 3 days ago. They posted, what was it? A developer log, in which they said that there is an upcoming update on November 23rd. Today is November 22nd, when they release patch notes 1 day ahead of the patch. And then I say, I wonder how many balance changes they will introduce this time. Will it be 0 or maybe 0? And Qual, he also bets on 0. And, well, do you see any balance changes in here? I mean, you can claim introducing new units changes the balance. But yeah, I don't count introducing new premium units or even introducing a new faction really as a balance change. What I mean as a balance change is that you have something that already exists in the game and you change its numbers. Like, I don't know, nerfing Leonidas, for example. About goddamn time to nerf Leonidas, okay? Or many other things that you can adjust. Because we haven't had a single actual balance change for at least half a year, if not more. Which is something that I'm going to look into in one of my future videos. But I just cannot believe that they don't receive feedback, they cannot decide on their own, or they just don't want to. Because there's plenty of things they could change, they could experiment with. Like, for example, they experimented with the consumable prices. They put it very high. It's like, oh, okay, that was a bad idea, let us dial it down a little bit. And they did. Why don't you do it with balance? Why not nerf Leonidas, see how he performs, and then if you nerfed him too much, then you can buff him up a little bit again. Why not use the same philosophy for balance? And instead, they treat as if the balance is absolutely perfect and nothing needs to be changed because nothing is being changed. Oh yeah, that is on the top of my wish list. Do any balance changes, apart from those that would be even worse than they are at the moment. So, like, I don't know, like buffing Leonidas, for example. That balance change is no. If you touch Leonidas, nerf him, don't buff him. He's already the most overpowered commander in the entire game. Please stop buffing him. Honestly. Okay, now, with that, I'll see you on Arena's Battlefields, Commanders.